Okie dokie. Okay, here we go. Jump in here. Okay, so what I'm looking for is we just kind of want to do a quick review and see if this is if there's like now that you've had the chance for this to kind of settle in and think about it, if there's any like things as we look at it again with fresh eyes, if there's anything that jumps out and it's like, you know what, I'd like to tweak the languaging on that, or anything like that. Just feel free to jump in, and then I'll send you over all the PDFs of this once we're done with the call. So then you have this available as something you can have on file to start talking to people about actually joining the program and enrolling people.
Okay, awesome. Now, when you say PDF, sounds like I will not have the ability to edit. Is that correct?
So yes, that's correct. This is done through a software, so I don't have a way to like give you access through the back end of this. But yeah, I can send you like a hard copy of this, and then if there's if we need to update the language at some point, just let me know.
Yeah, just because I'm as I mentioned how easy it is to use this towards easier sobriety and Unchurch.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have an easier sobriety collection and then a Unchurch collection.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it as quickly as it was populated, I presume this is kind of one of those things where you just fill in some slots. Is it?
Yeah,
correct
there's
that
a
it's
lot
pretty
of the
easy?
stuff that we talked through, like go in different fields, and then once you have different pain points and stuff established, and like things that we're like creating that they are wanting, then it'll kind of organize the stuff in this format.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So is it possible that I could have two collections?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want, like, if you want to label one easier sobriety and then one for Unchurch.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
then like underneath it and such, I could see maybe a couple tweaks
Mm-hmm.
and such, like the 30 days type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, there's also a few words that are capitalized as well. But
Sure. Yeah.
Again, just minor nitpicking things,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, they're easily corrected too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that being said, then yeah, maybe I just kind of go through there and give you the edits, and
Yeah.
you do the little, I don't know, corrections is the right word,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll use it. I mean, it certainly could, as I'm looking at it right now, it certainly could work.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if some people might see things like ex-religious and entrepreneurs and then conclude that it's not for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's at first glance.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So instead, and as I've demonstrated many times, but especially in this particular effort to collaborate, I can go on and on. I think a lot. So I'm thinking in the effort of efficiency, if you send those over to me, I can kind of go through it and do the little
Sure.
Any adjustments there. Then the other thing where I'm looking on here, it looks like you can populate it with a logo. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So I presume that's something you're capable of doing if I sent you over a PDF for.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay, it's really simple, but it would be also really sweet to do. It's just a spiral.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what size that the PDF needs to be?
The actual graphic, it'll probably take, quick look here. So yeah, it doesn't have any specific requirements.
Okay.
Like if I just jump dump this in, yeah, so it doesn't matter. You can apply anything in there.
Okay. I'll go through. I'll have to dig for it and stuff.
Mhm.
I just saw
Yeah.
that right now, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's a spiral. It's an artsy fartsy spiral.
Yeah.
Which is meant to be the inner
Mhm.
inner journey as well as the I don't know, the waves that
Mhm.
again the our influence, how it can go out.
Yeah.
So um yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Did you spend any
Mhm.
time massaging this?
I didn't really. I wanted to kind of see how you like after you had sat with it, and it felt like if there's any obvious things that you wanted to change. I mean, obviously cleaning stuff up like like punctuation, that kind of stuff is fairly straightforward. So I just wanted to kind of talk through the basic content with you and just make sure that you're okay with
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, gosh, I'm giddy like a schoolgirl.
that.
So
So before we jump in here, you mentioned it would be nice for you to have access, like to be able to just update it on the fly, that sort of thing. Um, like how important is that to you?
low. No, it was more in an effort to make it easier on you.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Like once
no,
we
I
once
mean
we go
again,
through here and
and
I
to
have
some
this
degree, it's
set
a
up,
good
yeah.
thing because if I have access to it, I might just play with it way too much and not get it. Yeah. So I came up with some stuff after, just this weekend after just kind of, I think it was reading Brian Campbell's posts and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but the conversation with him was really helped. With talking about help, for this a description of how my role in Unchurch is like help people over 35 safely navigating.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that should be navigate, not navigating. A major life change so that they can create a life that they're proud of. The process
Yeah.
will show you how to overcome emotional baggage or negative circumstances in order to attract wealth and success in all its forms into your life. So it goes from there. But so, I mean, I think that's a pretty compelling thing for people to go, tell me a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more, kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So it's the rock's getting polished,
Mm-hmm.
getting better than ever before. I'm really excited. And this is a huge piece of the puzzle. But yeah, and then kind of how it does dovetail with this. It begins by objectively seeing your behaviors, the patterns on how you respond, react to opportunities or adversities. That's the self-observation component. Then the self-inquiry is incorporated. This allows you to determine why you do what you do, what makes you come alive. In other words, your purpose for living and doing this. This is the lightning in a bottle, because when you feel like giving up, you can reflect upon what you've determined is your deep internal motivation. Because your
Mm-hmm.
motivation comes from deep within you instead of from the pressure of the people around you, it's probable that you will do what's needed to get back on course and move closer to the goals that you have set.
Mm-hmm.
As you may have concluded, this is all about the mind. Every program that provides a means to self-improvement involves mindset. However, just thinking about thinking doesn't provide lasting change. You have to also have the needed skill set. That's one of the reasons why easier sobriety, I copied and pasted, we'll call it Unchurch, works so well. It's not just about mindset. It involves developing the needed skills. And that occurs with having the perfect mentor to teach you what is needed for you to actualize the life you want to live. And easier sobriety teaches you to have skills needed when life gets difficult. You're better prepared for when life happens differently than in plan. And of course, that's best done in community. The easier sobriety community includes a group of experts who have a diverse set of expertise: finances, starting a business, growing a business, parenting, weight loss, health, sexuality, relationships. Pretty much any area of life that you want to improve has a person who's dedicated their life in this area. And here's the best part. You will know these people before you even agree to work with them. So you're much more likely to have the right person supporting you. So yeah, that's incorporated with this.
All right. So what would you like to, how would you like to incorporate that? Do you want to send me a doc and we can kind of look at spots where we can?
So send this over to me. I think it's really more so in the heading of it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we can just knock it out right here and stuff. So easier sobriety is not just a membership. I would use the word
model.
Model, that works. Yep. That helps. And then there, thank you for updating it. Mm-hmm. And then lowercase on the word high, integrity risk takers. And I would say free thinkers, to remove the ex-religious and entrepreneurs. Okay. Let's put in there free thinkers. And then change your I want to say there, correct me if this is incorrect grammar, but I understand. So hating your life is certainly more personal. Mm-hmm. But this is talking about from a plural, you know? Right. Yeah. So it would be their lives. Is that the correct grammar?
Is a unique model that helps high integrity risk taking free thinkers stop hating your life in 30 days. Stop.
So maybe just not just delete the words "your" and just stop hating life.
Mm-hmm. Stop hating life in 30 days. And let's do this. Develop a clear plan. Let's see here. Move away from the, let's see, yeah, that life seems hard and that see. Let's see. That helps high integrity risk takers and free thinkers stop hating life in 30 days.
I think a period. Does that seem like a run-on sentence to you? To me, it's. I would think to punctuate it. There's hating life in 30 days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Well, oops. Will help you develop a clear plan. Let's see. Let's see here. Stop feeling like life hard and let's see here. Help you develop a clear plan, stop doing stuff, and find people in a life you can trust. So you can create a life you don't want to escape.
Yeah, no, the other, that's good. That's really good. The only other thing I might want to change. So the 30 days is nice because it's relatively quick. It's like, oh, 30 days, this is great. But in reality, I don't know if all that can happen in 30 days.
All right, so let's do this.
I'm prone to just change. Well, okay, what were you thinking of changing? Not have a time frame involved in it?
So what if the 30-day time frame is to help them develop a clear plan
Yes.
so that you can stop it. So it's like whatever plan you come up with, it may or
Yes.
may not take you 30 days to fulfill on it, but you're going to have clarity on this is my journey. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to begin working on.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, so, yeah, that's a great suggestion.
All right, so we'll help high integrity risk takers and free thinkers develop a clear plan in 30 days so you can stop hating life or feel like life is hard and find people you can trust so you can create a life that you don't want to escape.
Yeah. So so you can is said twice.
Okay, yes.
How else could we word that?
Develop a clear plan in 30 days. Hmm.
So this is what allows you to. Is that too many words?
To develop a clear plan in 30 days.
Period. Then this is what allows you to stop hating life.
Sure.
So basically what it's saying is, okay, the model is you're going to, so this is allowing me to helps me kind of structure the funnel. No, again, so we'll have workshops and all this kind of stuff, but the value ladder is like, oh yeah, I want to do the easier sobriety thing. Great. Well, the first phase is you developing a clear plan in 30 days or less to stop hating life and feel like again, all you're going to do is put a plan together. Okay. And it would be, how do I develop a plan? Well, it's very high level of these things. Then after that, it's like, would you like to have some assistance in taking this to fruition? Okay, great. And then the fruition part is this in a much deep, it's exactly the same phase 1, 2, and 3, but it's at a more extensive level. Does that make sense? Yeah. You know, so the value ladder is like, okay, because I mean, it's a funnel. There's going to be X number of people that come into the funnel, and then it's smaller numbers of people as it progresses. Obviously, that's just a funnel. I want to be able to, yeah, that somebody just goes, yeah, I'm good. This is that they've got something of real value. So it's more comprehensive than a workshop. Again, it'll be, you know, all the nuts and bolts I'll have in place. But yeah, what this is talking about, it's like, no, this just to be congruent. We were, again, as the person goes through this, ascends through this, it's going to be the same framework, but it's at a more advanced level going through this. So what we're talking about here is just the first phase. Actually, it's phase 0. So what I just said there, did that seem to be, I don't know, communicated well enough that the first time thinker could get it? So what we're, again, as I'm talking about this with you, again, this 30 days, this is really phase 0. This is a prerequisite that gets somebody ready to do the work. Okay.
Yeah.
But it'll every level of the work, okay, as you ascend, this is the framework. There has to be this continuity.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's as I'm looking at this, and again, actualizing this, introducing, and if I'm introducing it as well, being able to communicate it in a way that's not going to leave people like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
So again, to the best of your knowledge, because obviously we have talked more than once on it, did that seem easy enough to grasp? I'm going, no,
so.
We're talking about this in 30 days is really the introduction to what this is here, but it will cover all three of the phases so they know what the endeavor is going to be.
Right.
They know the lack of a better term, they have a very clear understanding of what the syllabus is of the actual Easier Sobriety program.
Yeah.
So you get into it and you're just like, okay, yeah, it's not like you just read a landing page and you got the bullet points, which of course will in this and stuff. No, I went through 30 days of this. No, I'm sure that this is something that I want to pursue. Bitch it. Yeah. Because you only know what you know right now and stuff. And frankly, it's again, if you're doing the work, you're going to evolve, and therefore things that we talk about will evolve as well too. We need you to start out, though, when you begin this, that you have a clear understanding on what's before you. So hence, this is a prerequisite. If you can't go through 30 days, if you can't commit to 30 days, you can't commit to the rest of the program. So does that communicate in a way easy enough to somebody who's never ever heard of this before, going, oh yeah, I get what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm looking at this let's see. So the clear plan in 30 days is your sobriety. All right. So the Easier Sobriety model, we use a unique model that helps high integrity risk takers and free thinkers develop your clear plan in 30 days for easier sobriety. Our mission is to help you no longer hate your life or feel like life is hard, and find people you can trust so you can create a life you don't want to escape.
Well said. Thank you.
I feel like it's a little bit tighter and more clear on like what it is that they're getting. This is about creating your plan in the next 30 days so that you can achieve easier sobriety.
Yep.
That's what we want to help you with. And what easier sobriety means is you're not going to hate your life anymore. You're going to have a good community. that's going to go on this journey with you, so that the life that you are building, the life that you're living, is one that you're actually glad to have.
Yep.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. So now that, I think you've got this nailed. This doesn't need any more attention by myself, at least until I have somebody pointing out that there is need. I'm going to say, yeah, other than inserting a logo.
Yeah. Do you have a calendar booking link or something that or like a messenger link where people can reach out to you? So if they click on
An
this,
appointment, I have my Calendly link.
you want to shoot that over to me and I can drop that in too?
Yeah, that's appropriate. Let's see, come on, event types, copy link. And I would imagine this is the best place to share it. And I can send it through Messenger. Can you, sometimes I have problem copying and pasting in chat.
60, yeah. Calendly, Randy Hyden, 60 minutes.
Yep.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay. And then down here at the bottom, if you want to get crystal clear on the exact steps you should be following right now to create your easy sobriety plan, then click here to book a free Unchurch strategy call. Maybe we should
Yeah, very good eye. Good
a
eye.
free.
You can just leave it right there.
Cool.
Yeah, not to get too, I don't know, salesy.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, so now to copy that into an Unchurch, is it easy for you to just copy everything?
Clone this campaign. Okay, campaign is cloned. Let's edit the name of this. Let's do the Unchurch. Call this. Yeah. Go. Another one we'll call easier sobriety.
So in this, are you ready to edit?
Yeah.
There. Okay. So on that first sentence, the
Mhm.
only thing I would change is the last two words, easier sobriety,
Mhm.
to navigate a major life change.
Okay. So develop your clear plan in 30 days to navigate.
Or yeah, to
Major.
safely navigate a major life change.
Safe. All right.
And I think that's really, see, I don't want to do twice as much work per se. And as I've talked to you before, how it all dovetails. Again, it's the same people. Again, we're creating the same community. I don't want just the the identification of what there's like, yeah, my problem
Mhm.
staying sober. Okay, great. This one, yeah, I'm going through a major life change.
Yeah.
And I would just say, hey, look, in this literature, we say a major life change, but it can be
Yep.
so many things. And
Yeah.
and again, as I read to you the little thing there and stuff,
Mhm.
yeah, there's people in this community that can help you with bankruptcy. There's people that can help you start a business. There are people that
Yeah.
can help you with divorce. There are people that can help you with health issues and
Mhm.
such. And as it evolves, there will be even more diversity involved with this. But from a
Yeah.
very high level, you're going through something that you would say, yeah, my life is
Mhm.
changing dramatically, and I'm not sure on what the next steps are. Great.
Yeah.
Come in here, check it out. It may or may not be able to help you. Okay. In
Mhm.
fact, I can't promise you anything other than if you do choose to join Unchurch, you don't
Yeah.
have to go through this alone. And then we book the strategy call, and then
Mhm.
I'll have on my landing page, as you do more specifics, so I know ahead
Mhm.
of time. It's like, oh, so you're going through this and that. Got it. So does it make sense to, again, you're seeking a solution for this,
Mhm.
and again, just kind of playing it out. So I can, on the strategy call, make it more specific for Unchurch.
Mhm.
And we'll build it there as well. So,
Yeah.
and again, in all frankness, there may be some people that do this. It's like, no, this isn't. It's not really a good fit
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah.
So, but I think in regards to messaging, again,
Mhm.
having the continuity of it, it's like, yeah, I'm
Right.
trying to stay sober, and you come into this community. Well, we're
Mhm.
not talking again by intention. We're not
Mhm.
focusing on not drinking. Okay. All in
Yeah.
all, it's very simple, you know.
Mhm.
don't pick up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what not drinking is. Okay. We're going to talk about the things that compel you to want to
Mhm.
pick up. Okay.
Yes.
And here's a little secret and stuff. It's the same thing impels people to do other things that they would like to transition away
Mhm.
from. Okay.
Yeah.
So of whether it's drinking, again, the consequences of that actions are specific to each life. Yeah, if I start drinking
Mhm.
again, I'm going to lose my marriage. I'm going to lose my business. I'm going to go to jail, whatever kind of stuff. And the next person can say, no, if I start drinking again, I'll just, I don't know, I'll just be miserable. Got it.
Mhm.
Okay. So the stuff that would be the bullet points on what you're trying to work on. Yeah, that's your life.
Mhm.
That's your specifics. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for you. It's your reasons, all your kind of stuff, but the same basic framework for anyone.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. Yeah. Yours is sobriety. The next person is bankruptcy, and so on.
Mhm.
We're all unique, and we're all the same.
Yeah.
It's a paradox, but it's true, kind of thing. And just because I love this stuff and talking about it, is that's the thing that I believe can help in the big picture. People see that we're more alike than different.
Mhm.
This vision for myself, and again, if I had the genie's lamp, it's like, what would you
Mhm.
wish for humanity? What do you, one thing you can think of that would cause the biggest change? We can look for that we're more alike than we are different. But he's a Republican, I'm a Democrat. Yeah. You both, how you're alike, you both see problems and you both see solutions. You just
Mhm.
see different problems, therefore different solutions. But you both see a broken government.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree. I can say that. Okay, great. Then maybe it doesn't make sense so much to say that you guys are all messed up.
Mhm.
Okay. It's just, yeah, you're just trying to solve problems that you see, and you're just seeing different problems.
Yeah.
Maybe, therefore, if you can look at it this way, the likelihood of problems being solved could happen if you're not, if you're focusing on more on how we're
Mhm.
alike, and then maybe there's a few problems that overlap, and you could have a discussion and solve those problems. Does that
Yeah.
seem like it might be a little more effective way to evoke change?
Mhm.
Yeah. or any other kind of religion. Politics is just the 800-pound gorilla that's easy to point out. Yeah, and if it works on that topic, maybe there's, I don't know, an unlimited list of things where what's causing problems is because you don't think you can find any common ground. And that simple fact is blocking any real lasting change for happening. So that's kind of my big audacious goal with this, that these kinds of things people take out into the workplace and into their living room and stuff, and they can just kind of go, we're all doing our best to be our best. And sometimes it might seem like it's impossible, but it's really not. Just got to kind of change a little bit of way how we're framing this up. So anyway, I love this stuff, so I go on, and I don't want to take up all the time. I'm already late, but I think we made everything that needs to be made right now. Again, we'll put a logo in. I'm going to use the same darn logo for both, again, to help make people understand that they are integrated. And again, it's will be like, man, there's no secret here. There's my program that I put food on the table with, that I charge money for. Yeah, it's Unchurch, and this is tied with it. So yeah, there's going to be people here, but into the circle, I can create meeting groups and stuff that are specific for the needs of the people and such. But yeah, we're all really recovering from something. There's been a wounding we've had. There's memories. Every human being has memories that make them so uncomfortable, it drives them to patterns of behavior that at worst are self-destructive. At best, they impede us from the things that we want to do. And I think most people can kind of nod their head, at least if somebody that this would be beneficial to, would nod their head and go, okay, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Well, great. Well, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You're really going to have to dig in the dirt for a little bit. But yeah, these addicts and alcoholics and stuff, because the same principles that I learned in 12-step recovery: honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. Okay. Yeah, those are the principles of recovery. And if, again, this will be part of my pitch. Look, and if somebody who is at rock bottom can use these things to turn their life around, you can possibly use the exact same principles in your life, that you aren't 6 feet under the ground. You're just a foot under the ground right now. Your life isn't. The commonality between the two is you've made a decision to ask for help and then take the advice and apply it in your life. That's what a bottom is. So there's people in recovery that lived outside, lived under the bridges, all that proverbial alcoholic. They use these principles to turn their life around. And then there's some people that, no, all they did is they got a DUI. Okay. And you might say my bottom's different than yours. No, internally, emotionally, they're very, very similar. It's just, and then I can give that little story about looking for similarities instead of differences. Your bottom isn't different. On the outside, it looks totally different. And internally, it's almost exactly the same. So that kind of stuff is what, again, I'm hoping for both, or a multitude of problems. The people are saying, well, I'm different than you. If you had my problems, you would do this. Yep. Guess what? Yeah. Fill in the blanks, the problems and stuff. Yeah, they're different, but all in all, it's really all the same. So anyway, I'm going to get off the soapbox right now. So thank you. Send this. You've got my email, right?
I do.
Yep. Send this stuff
I'll
over,
email you.
And then I think anything you want to add before we schedule time to do the presentation?
So I did have one thing I wanted to show you and see whether or not you find it useful. I know your background is in sales, so you may have your own process and framework. This might not be applicable, but this generates based off of your program and the stuff that you filled out. like a selling script. So it's like just gives you an SOP of like making sure you're ticking down the list of like, hey, let me just find out, what it is you're looking for. So here's how this call is going to work. So like tell me a little bit about like, how are you doing that sort of thing? Like, would something like this be useful for you to have? And then you can kind of,
Yeah, yeah. Can you share
edit it
this?
and tweak it
Yeah.
based on
Can you share
your
this with
liking.
me?
Yes, I sure can.
Yeah. I think it'd
So
be
I'll
extreme.
send that over with you with the
Yeah.
rest of the stuff. And so then that'll
Yeah.
give you.
It just at first glance, that's very similar to what I've paid a lot of money for and have
Mm,
developed,
mm-hmm,
applying that basic framework.
mm-hmm,
So that's a big thing. Like when you get into advanced sales, is like, yeah,
mm-hmm,
what you've got laid out there is, again, this is a framework. This is designed to help
mm-hmm,
you. The gentleman who's teaching it, Jeremy Miner and stuff, NEPQ is there, but it's the general premise of it is getting people to sell themselves.
mm-hmm.
It's like,
Right.
so, and it's lowering sales resistance and
Mm-hmm.
lowering the resistance to change.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. Because if it's them doing the work to figure out, do I really need this or not? Like you don't have to push and pressure. And the people who it really isn't a good fit for, it's like you don't have to make them uncomfortable by pulling them through the process.
right, right. Well, because again, it's just simple things of human behavior. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
likes to be sold. Nobody likes to be persuaded because
Yeah.
historically that's things that in the big picture and stuff they didn't really want to do. On the other
Yeah.
hand, and again, typically we reflect upon the things that we remember as harmful or dangerous, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't remember it's like, by the way, what about that time your teacher, your counselor in school,
Mm-hmm.
had you come to a
Yeah.
conclusion that put your life on a path that you're really
Mm-hmm.
grateful for right now. Now, again, that's
Yeah.
not part of your sales pitch per se, but sometimes like in that overcoming resistance, I've had people
Mm-hmm.
where they're just like, yeah, I've done it before and it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I remember you talking about that and stuff. And I asked for consent, again, really trying to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I'm respectful and not looked at it as like, can I ask you something that's kind of personal? What? And stuff. I'm like, did you ever date someone that evolved into what you'd call a serious relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Might even say you were in love with that person. Yeah. And it didn't work out. Yeah. Okay. Again, I don't want to get into the specifics of it, and that's not my purpose here. There is make you feel uncomfortable. I hope I'm not making you feel like, no. So with that breakup, did that mean you never was ever going to go on another date? I mean, you might have felt it in the beginning and stuff, but you dated afterwards, right? Yeah. Okay. And all in all, hopefully, because of the experience of the one relationship that didn't work out, now better what you want when you date with somebody, when you do commit to a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know better because of that. And hopefully you're in a relationship right now that's better than that other one that broke your heart. Is that right? So getting into that kind of stuff, yeah, that's where kind of persuasive, but you've got to wade out into the water with them before you
Yeah.
get that stuff. But yeah, this is the whole kind of resistance to change things. It's like, yeah. And why I say this stuff, I may not be able to solve your problems. Like, yeah, because here's the thing. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
share what I know and what these other people are going to help, what we know in our experiences and stuff, what worked for us. Your job on that is to take what's being shared with you and apply it into your life. So one, you'll be able to discern better what will and what work for you because of but again, applying in your life means you got to do it. And only you have say in the matter of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, based upon everything we've discussed here, does this sound like something that you're actually would do? Or is it just something that sounds like it might work and I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and all that kind of stuff? Because just whether it's this program or anything else, for you to have XYZ that you're looking for, it means you're going to have to do some stuff.
Mhm.
Okay. And until you do some things differently, which will probably be uncomfortable, because if they were easy, you would have already done them. You know, so that's like how I sell and stuff, and get
Mhm.
people you know, because it's the intention. I do want them to change.
Mhm.
And these are like just basic self-evident truth, no matter what
Yeah.
it is: losing weight, stop smoking, you know,
Mhm.
staying sober, fixing your marriage, or whatever. This
Mhm.
is a universal truth. So for them to just get to the point of like, yeah, I'm not ready to really do anything. Darn it.
Mhm.
Okay. You know what you just did right there? That's huge. Huge.
Mm.
You got radically honest. You said with
Mm.
basically a stranger, I hope we know each other a little bit better than
Mhm.
60 minutes ago. But you share with a guy. Okay, maybe it was easier because it was a guy that you didn't know.
Mhm.
That you just not ready. And that's appropriate. Okay. Because you're not. You just did something that most people aren't willing to do. You just demonstrated you have the capability to be rigorously honest. Now, again, when you're ready to move forward and take that same ability and apply it elsewhere, you know, maybe I can help you and stuff. The door, you know, the door is open. With the same link will work to the same calendar. We can talk more and stuff. And that's, again, just as you talk about and you introduce these other people and stuff, that's the intention of basically, one, I'm not your sales guy. I'm here to genuinely try to help you. And two, yeah, I mean, how long have we been talking? It took me whatever it took to get to this point in time in my life as well. All of it, it's kind of the whole mystery of all this. Takes time. And I respect other human beings that in free will, God's will is free will, because how can love exist unless it's freely accepted and given? So anyway, what you can share for me, I think, can work really well with that paradigm. I mean, the glimpse I had, is it very much in alignment with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So again, I'm got so much to learn, but so sometimes I will dismiss myself that I don't have anything. And this is kind of reminding me about it. It took, you know, over a course of a couple of years, but you know, there was over $1 million worth of revenue I did for this one course creator alone. So I can do this stuff. And especially now, because it's a program I can, you know, modify as needed. You know, just be mindful that I don't give too much. In the spirit of trying to help people, I have to be you know, some balance and stuff of it. But yeah, one of my big, I don't know if I share one of my big sticking points, he or his staff wouldn't talk to students when they had problems. And it's beyond my comprehension point. It's like, you don't have time for it, hire somebody. You're bringing in $600,000, $800,000 every month with your sales team. Okay, you got enough revenue to hire somebody. Okay, why won't you? Beyond my comprehension. You know, don't, again, it's not something I need to talk with you right now, Randy. Get it. Know that my role to enroll people in the program, unless they're somebody who typically doesn't need or doesn't want handholding, won't ever want a phone call. But if I'm talking to the person whose problem was in the other, that they couldn't get the attention they needed, I'm not going to encourage them into the program. Well, dude, you got to get past that. It's not your problem. Yeah, it is my problem. Because again, this is with me. Why I in good conscience, I told this guy when I took the job, I will not enroll anybody in this program that isn't a good fit. Because you get people in like that, you get the chargebacks, and your life is miserable and stuff. And eventually it became something that he moved closer. He didn't even have any kind of onboarding. Here's an email. That's your onboarding. Just took $7,500 here. Here you go.
Wow.
Yeah. So with me being able to adjust things, and people say, well, yeah, Randy, but if we could do X, Y, and Z, that would really help. Oh. Well, can I think about it and get back with you tomorrow on X, Y, and Z?
Mhm.
Yeah. Want to make sure that I can follow through with my commitment, because know this, that if I say I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. It's the only way it's going to work for myself and for you, is to be integrity. Got to walk the walk and stuff. So anyway, I'm going on one of my tangents and stuff again. I'm also kind of, so have you heard about the whole thing of goal settings, of looking at as living as your future self?
Yeah, I mean, I try to operate that way, a little bit.
Yeah, so that's where the book I've been reading and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of things with some of these posts and stuff that have been coming up. But today's personal exercise that you hadn't reminded me, I was ready to start writing it and stuff, but you just write a letter to yourself at any point in your future that you're setting your goal. For myself, it'll be the 5-year future Randy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to, much like I was doing inner child work and stuff, talking to my younger version, saying, hey, look, everything works out okay. It's going to be basically me from the position of like, look, dude, you got a group of X number of members. You're generating the income to live life exactly on your terms. Okay, you have health, you have wealth, you have people around you that stimulate you, inspire you, and stuff. That kind of letter to myself. And yeah, so that's what, again, my head's been today. So that's why I have been talking this way and stuff. It's just, I'm in this state of being like I'm living it. And yeah, this first 100 people, I think, it'll naturally work itself out, lack of a better word, organically. But these are the people that are going to make this come to be. And that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm coming at this much like a child of like, wow, I've got a Lego set and I can make all kinds of things with this Lego set. And Aaron came here and helped me make this tower, and then next, it's going to help me build, and the next thing you know, we got this kingdom. And it's my intention, to be a channel for God's peace, God's love, God's understanding, God's creativity, bring forth in this world. And reading this book, which if you'd like to see it, honestly, I get recommendations all the time. It's about it's futureself.com is his website. That link came up. So come on. Be your future self now. The Science of Intentional Transformation by Dr. Benjamin Hart. The check mark kind of has it anymore, but I can send over the link to it. But it's like really, it's going to be influential in this program, as I talked about. Again, this is like the identity stuff of like, and in 5 years from again, it's not what I want to avoid, it's what I want to have with me. And it's just kind of a natural balance that if I'm an action taker, then you won't be a procrastinator. Just I'm an action taker, I'm getting stuff done, doing this and that kind of stuff. Great. So now you have this clear vision and such. And again, could you say you would love this person if this was the person? Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's just natural. You take care of the person you love. Your father. Okay. You take care of your kids. You provide everything that they need for them to be happy and healthy, right? Productive. Yeah. To be the best version of themselves. Okay. Better than the life you had. Yeah. Okay. Now again, this vision that you have for yourself, do the same thing. Invest in yourself. Do everything it needs to nurture this vision. And again, it begins with being, when in doubt, what would 5-year future Randy do here? Yeah. And who would I associate with? Who's in my inner circle and stuff? So there's the characteristics and all that kind of stuff of it. But I'm really excited because it's helping me. And I'm pretty sure in this whole framework and stuff, somebody in the first 30 days, you're like, I'm as clear as I can be right now. Yeah, because don't get too uptight about it, because as you grow and you evolve, there's going to be probably some different things that are important to you. And therefore, your future self will embody all that and stuff. And that's perfect. So hold loosely to this. But the purpose of this is to help you in your decision making and in your actions and such. If that future person is an entrepreneur and helps people in this area of their life and stuff, it's natural you would seek a mentor in a course, invest in yourself on how to build a program that would do that. Okay, as opposed to, I just want to be an online entrepreneur. I don't know what I would do. So this helps you in your decision makings in your path. And you can reflect upon something that was really powerful to me. But again, my focus was more on what I didn't want. Is this helping me move closer or farther away being a sober man?
Yeah.
So whatever that vision of your future self, is this choice moving you closer to that or farther away? And here's the little thing. If you have to debate on this for more than 10 seconds, it isn't. You're rationalizing, you're justifying and stuff. Somebody told you that it's important, this here, but it's really, no, it's not. Anyway, okay, I said I'd get off the soapbox. Now I'm going to do it. So when would you like to do presentations? Unchurch, Attitude of Gratitude, and then one of Brian's groups.
Yeah, so I have, let's see. This week, I have Wednesday and Friday afternoon open.
Okay.
Do you want to do a stream to both Unchurch and Attitude of Gratitude as the same stream, or do you want to have that be more targeted to that particular audience?
Well, there's one, it's just people's availability. So on 2 different dates for it, and there's a lot of crossover between the two.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think most of the Unchurch members are in Attitude of Gratitude as well. So it just, that gives them the opportunity for 2 different dates to be involved with it. No, 2 different events. I think Wednesday's too soon. I want to have some build up to this.
Sure.
So
I'm gonna schedule
Friday
for
this
next
week,
Wednesday.
and then, what's that?
I'm gonna schedule one for next Wednesday, maybe, before my calendar fills up.
You know the statistics as well, if not better than I do. You think midweek or weekend is better?
Wednesdays and Thursdays tend to be better for most things. Let me look at the metrics real quick here. Looks like Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. my time, so that would be 1 p.m. for you, I think.
Okay.
And then after work around 6 p.m. my time, maybe 4 for you.
Okay.
Are kind of the highest traffic times. There's usually about 20 people or so on engaging. Thursdays also seem to be pretty good, around 10, between like 10 to 12.
But your schedule allows for Friday.
Let me see. Yeah, Friday would be better for me.
Let's do Friday the 9th. What works for you time-wise?
Let's see. We could do 3 p.m. 3 p.m. and then
So that'd be 1
that'll,
p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
yes.
Call that Unchurch launch.
Cool.
So 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Mhm.
Perfect. Set reminders so I won't forget.
Mhm.
Little joke.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I'll start plugging, doing like the little kind of Facebook lives and just posts and
Mhm.
stuff. And then we can also pin it in the group as
Mhm.
well. For attitude of gratitude, you want to do Friday the next week?
Sure.
I mean, is typically Fridays work for
Yeah,
you?
Fridays are pretty good for me.
Okay, so we're gonna do same, might as well do same time.
Yeah, same time, same channel. Different channel. Same time.
Yes. There we go. And so, oops, doesn't auto populate with that. So I will do in that as well. Same kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I'll reach out to Brian and see what his is. And you know, I mean, obviously I can do this with, without having you in the same meeting and as such. I just like the fact that it just makes it a little more dynamic
Mhm.
kind of stuff. You'll help me set the tone for this though on Friday
Sure. Mhm.
as well. We'll go
Absolutely.
there. And then, yeah, and then I'll just basically kind of formulate a thing as I'm doing you may have seen the post. I get to speak on it's the title of it, a 90-minute thing with Della with her
Mhm.
little paid thing. So I'll just start looking for opportunities, whether it's podcasts or whatever and such,
Mhm.
and really kind of replicate this. This is the type of thing that if I if I don't have an opportunity to do a screen share on it, at least I
Mhm.
can verbally hit bullet points. And then also,
Yeah.
if somebody, hey, would you like more information? It's kind of
Mhm.
one of those simple things and stuff that I can put together a nice little follow-up that leads to this link. So,
Yeah.
all righty. Anything else we need to cover?
I don't think so. So let me just recap before we go so I can put this on my calendar. So I'm going to send you the PDFs that we created today. And let's see, and the sales script. And then let's see, we scheduled the live streams. Okay. I think, was there any other actionable stuff that we need to do?
No. I would envision I'm going to be the one who handles the technical end of this. So
Okay.
I'll be the
Sounds
one
good.
who I'll generate the link and such, and
All right,
then
cool.
the back
Nice.
end stuff. And then
Perfect.
if it doesn't work, then you can help me.
Sure. All right. Well, sounds good.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Absolutely.